Hello, hello, hello. Does my voice get any louder when I do that? Maybe, maybe not. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, replay watchers. Welcome, crickets, and welcome those of you that are in my fan base on the YouTube channels as well as the book that is Phase. There's so much going on these days, but let me first just introduce myself. Although, if you look in the banners, you can see just a few words about who I am. So I'm going to welcome all of my evolving beings of light, which is everybody on the planet at at um, at this point. My name through which I offer the energies is Love Evolve Energy. And you can see below how all the E's are mushed. They're connected together, so it's Love Evolve Energy. And that's how I roll with that. Today, we'll see what we move into. But to begin, I just want to say it's been a crazy time. It's been a ridiculously off the wall, crazy pants time for all of us, particularly all of us who are in the realm of sensitivity to the esoteric energies. So outside of the 3D mundane world, there's a lot that happens, and it's particularly activated these days. And as I was chatting with some friends who offer professionals within mysticism, we were bantering around this idea of let's just stay alive right now. Just stay alive. And so that's a little bit of the energetic theme that's happening today. Let's see how far we go. For me, it's been a little bit of chaos, and as people show up, I'll do somewhat of a confessional. What we do here on Friday mornings is one of two things. We alternate. We will either do exclusively divination through tools, readings, altering that with other weeks, like this week, working with the energy system specifically, which involves maybe the beginning of readings with the tool of the body, so an energetic scan. A scan of the energies of your body, which includes mental energy, emotional energy, and more esoteric energies. And so if you're not in the flow or the know of that stuff, you be a little bit curious at this point. And if you are in the flow, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have been working with energy since I was really young, first as a medium, and then just inspirations until I got well into my 20s, where I was meditating a lot more and had more energetic experiences, and then started getting training. And then that weaves just as a part of who I am in my life through all different careers, usually within somatics-based traditions. So dance, movement meditation, and professional dance, as well as yoga and yoga training. And then eventually massage therapy and breathwork practices. So here I am later in my years and focusing more at those foundational spaces that I was at when I was very young. And wouldn't you know, the energy systems are evolving. Perhaps some of that is our sight and what we're able to perceive and take in. And then other things are just what's happening organically within the human systems, particularly those who are here to evolve the planet in some way. So the way I talk about that is thusly. If I were to describe who comes to receive my services, I would say 9 times out of 10, they are within the realm of what I'm about to describe. They are either star seeds or earth angelics or movers and shakers deeply into the mysticism, and or simply curious about every every identity I just mentioned. That tends to be who's drawn to me. And that can be anybody from any walk of life. It doesn't mean that they're particularly working in the intuitive fields or the fields of mysticism, but it can mean that. Hmm. I'm here with the coffee as well. But it can be something that's not really in the forefront of their conscious brain. They just have a particular way of walking their path that I will recognize. So uh, that's what I that's who I serve. So if you book a session with me, what's going to happen? Um, will it be intuitive readings? Probably. The energy scans? Probably. Will there be some energetic shift so that there's greater flow and ease, strength and fortitude within your system? Yes. Yes. Does that shift out into your mental, emotional, physical? Yes, necessarily. Yes. So I work with these foundational building blocks and I work one-on-one sessions on occasion. And perhaps I'll do that in 2023. But historically, I've offered a lot of either trainings or getting together with groups of people to explore what their energies are. Uh, and I ought to say, too, I've had a lot of certificates and trainings in meditation. So sometimes I will offer retreats. The retreats are almost always energy based in a way, although I'll do some traditional Buddhist concepts in there to support us. But that's what I offer. What is new to me and it's not new, but what I am integrating is music and sound healing and music. So I highlight that because I moonlight as an ecstatic dance DJ. And if you know me from the Light Shine Lab, you've seen me. You've seen me every other Friday night spinning and doing some shamanic ecstatic dance for yourself. Though I am the guide, you're having your own experience there. Since overall, my belief is that we have to empower ourselves one incarnation at a time. One incarnation at a time. So that's what I do, one incarnation at a time. So let's get real here. If you're watching on the replay, now you get a sense of who I am and how I am. Although I have to say, I'm a little bit off today. I'm a little bit off, and you know what's easy? It's really easy to not show up. For me, to not show up when I'm feeling a little off. Can anybody identify with the perfectionist self? Just give me a hands up or a couple of hearts there, a couple of prayer hands. And so, what does that serve when I don't show up? What does that serve? It feeds into this perfectionist abuse that I deliver upon myself. And so, I've made some changes and I refuse to do that. I refuse to feed the demons in many Native American traditions. They talk about the two wolves of being, the two wolves of the soul or the mind or the heart or the essence. You're the two wolves, the black wolf and the white wolf, and the dark wolf and the light wolf. Um, the wolf of the denser, disconnected existence, or the wolf of the more effervescent and connected realities. The idea being, which wolf do you feed? Who are you feeding? Who are you feeding? Sometimes we get this holier than thou perfectionist attitude. I know that I can get that way. And it doesn't, on the very crust of it, look like a denser experience, although it is. There's much disconnection, lack of trust, and at its core and its crust, uh, no flow and connection, no flow and connection. And so to really look at the dark wolf that I've been feeding, the dark wolf of perfectionism that I've been feeding, and to say, I love you too. And we're going to starve you for a little bit and just let you go on a water fast, my dark wolf. And we're going to feed the, the wolf of truth and beauty, which involves authenticity and showing up as I am, as a way to encourage inspiration, and by me radically accepting that imperfection, my hope is that it activates anybody who comes across this to embrace their imperfections as a perfect self, in a way. Perfectly imperfect, in a sense. So that's the little chat that emerged. Let me look at the feed. Ah, it's kind of sparse. Hey, Rachel. What's going on, lady? I recognize your picture there. It looks like a sigil to me, but other people I know also are using that sigil. So if you could explain what that is. So for those of you that are watching on the replay or joining later in some way, Rachel has been a dear friend and walking the path of spirit and offering her own intuitive abilities to the world. And so, Rachel, beloved, if you would like to post in the feed some of your links, please feel free to do that. Please feel free to do that so that people, if they're getting a vibe from you, apologies for the audio, there we go, they might be able to find you and to connect with you. While it's true that I'm here and I have the mic and I have the video, uh, that allows me to be the one who holds space for offerings. I love it when people promote themselves because it's a way of validating yourself. You have an opportunity to show up as your empowered self. So when it looks disempowered, I guess this is another teaching. When it looks disempowered, that's somebody showing up in the feed because they don't have the mic and they don't have the video. They'll show up in the feed and they'll start reading other people. That's their own insecurity because they're not being seen enough. And so they have to get a little bit louder, where they're not just paying attention to their own awesome and what their own light is and offering love. They're offering encouragement to others who are asking questions or not in the feed, and they're doing their own teaching in the feed, which is different from like banter with each other in the feed, right? Or like, yeah, you go, girl, you go, dude, in the feed. That's different. Um, Yay, yay, Rach. There you go. There's Rachel's stuff. If you have a link that they can click on, you can post that as well. Yeah, I'm still on coffee, guys, because it's been a mofo of a time. It's been a mofo of the time. So that's what I had to, that's another 2 cents. I stated at the beginning, and I believe in the feed as well, that it was going to be chatty chat. It's going to be chatty chat time because it's just the way it is. If somebody wants something energy, I I can move into that because here's also the deal, and perhaps by me saying this, I can normalize it a bit for you. The huge fluctuations that are happening at our foundations of spirit and soul and deeper still, things we don't even are it can't even access, have repercussions, ripples out into our manifest realities. And so it can look like a big clusterfuck. It can look like a mess. Um, and some of us, me included, um, I have a host of practices that I normally do. They're just not happening these days, guys. I'm riding on my decades of practice. I'm riding on that. That's what's carrying me through the times that are alive now because, ooh, oh, why is it losing access? Try again. Rachel, can you still hear me? Uh, I don't know what's going on. It looks like I lost something there. Sorry, guys. Maybe that helps. Am I still live on Facebook? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I think that's just the way it's going to go today. We're just going to really let ourselves, and I'm going to talk about all of us, letting ourselves be where we are at. Because we have believed that there's no spirit in matter, that there's a disconnection between our personality, mundane selves, and divine source energy, and who we experience ourselves to be as we're doing mediumship intuitive work on the meditation cushion. Your life is just as much a spiritual practice. Washing the dishes, interacting with other humans is also an aspect of your spiritual practice. That until further notice, we are learning. If we haven't started already, we are beginning or relearning or integrating more deeply if you've been at it for a while into our everyday lives. Let's see. Rachel, if you're still there, can you just let me know if I'm still connected to Facebook? Facebook has been weird for a while. It has been weird. So I'm just going to check out. I don't want to review changes. Yeah, it says that I'm still going. All right, so I'm going to believe that. Oh, hey, there you go. All right, other people are here. Hey, Lisa. All right, so I've got two screens up, and I'm just trying to see. There's something's going on, you guys. I'm not shocked. There's some things that I can see in when I go directly to Facebook. Anyway, I think that's just the way it's going to be. Uh, and so be it. So that's what I had to say today, that it's your hot messness and your clusterfuckness of your life is spiritual. That is spirit. There is nothing outside of source. There's nothing outside of source. We're going to talk about, or what I just talked about was the black wolf and the white wolf. They're both of spirit, you guys. They are both of source. So if you've shoved a lot of things in boxes and put them in the basement and shoved them in a corner, now's the time. Go down to the basement, find those boxes, gingerly, gently open them up. View them as source, expressing as manifestation in a particular way. All right. I don't know what's happening with the feed anymore, so I'm just going to keep talking. And if I see things in the feed, I will. I may stop pretty soon if nobody wants any energy work, because as I said, being authentic and vulnerable, that it's a rough go for me and many of us. And so it is. And I love that. And I love being human. And that's the way of it. That is the way of it. I think there is stuff happening with my feed. So I may end it there, and I may come up later on today if I'm feeling inspired or if something else can happen. My tech is, and as you can see, right, like it's a mess back here too. Oh, so what are your choices? Yeah, unpleasant. Okay. Yeah. You want to dance it out. You want to be a little thumposaurus and play the thumposaurus song. I'm pissed and dance it out. Okay. Not add any more clamping onto that, but let it all be divine, including your clamping. If you decided to do that, this is divine source's experience as you. It's having an experience as you, having an experience of you with your addictions and your clamping. Hey, Kate, how's it going? Apparently, there's a lot of tech stuff happening, and so I'm not sure how much longer I'll be able to be up here. I'm not really I just saw you pop up in the feed. Look at you. So we'll just see how it goes. I'm just looking at some more tech here. All right. You guys, you might have to go over to YouTube if you want to talk to me or if you if anything else is happening. Um, we're gonna see how that goes. I'm checking all my stuff. Yeah, everything. My internet connection is awesome. My computer is relatively cool. All right. I don't know what to tell you. Hi. Oh, good, Katie. Oh, yeah. Guess what? I'm going to be up live in Light Shine again tonight, and we're definitely going to dance it out. Girl, we're definitely going to dance it out. So, and when I say dance it out, that's your energetic fix. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give this a few more minutes, maybe until what my device says is quarter of the hour. And then I'm going to bail because the tech is so fucking crappy right now. Okay. Like, all I can do is say thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. And what I talked about earlier was perfectionism and how that too is an expression of the divine. And you can make other choices if you're aware of it. If you're aware of it. There's not a ton of stuff coming up for me outside of what you can see on my website. On my website, when you go to the bookings page, to find my website, you would go to my Everlink link. And no, I don't have a website for my ecstatic dance DJ stuff as yet. That's still in the works. Maybe I will work on that today, although I have a lot of other stuff to do. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But when you go to the bookings page, this is the only announcement I have right now out of compassion with a full and joyous heart. I am offering. Uh, all of my offerings are pay what you wish, pay what you can, pay what you will. All the prices are listed there. So if you want to do the full amount, feel free. So when you go to book something, it will take you to booking, and there will be a little agreement form that you have to check. Yes, I read this that says there will be some trade here. It includes PayPal, it includes Venmo. If you want to trade something else outside of US dollars, there's that option too, where you can leave me a message. I trade a ton of things, and so I'm open to that as well. So this includes one-on-one sessions that happen one-shot deal. Uh, and I have two of those that are a one-shot deal. I have one availability that is 2 sessions over the course of a week to 10 days. And then I have 2 other sessions that are either, they're both about a month long, where we work intensively and regularly to work through flow, and where there is flow and where there isn't flow. One approach is to gather all your skills and just have a sounding board and some clarity to continually do some of the energy clearing and integration and finding clarity about what your map is. To give yourself a map, to know yourself better, soul source. The other offering is, well, I got some kind of map, whether you worked with me or not, or you just have a clue, but we're going to walk up that path, hike that mountain together. I'll leave you alone sometimes. We will be working daily, pretty much daily, except for quote unquote weekends. We set a schedule over the course of 4 weeks. That's if you really want a shift. You really want to go clunk clunk, and you're ripe for it and you're ready for it. So that's what's on there. Anything that's on my podia, the pre-recorded stuff, that's the same thing. But you know, guys, that stuff is kind of, it's really, it's really pretty cheap, right? Like everything on my podia is under $100. As I remember, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure everything on there is 100, under 100. A lot of stuff is like, 20, 40, $50. So mostly we can swing that. If you're buying stuff on Amazon, you're probably spending $50. So just saying. I'm not touching that, but everything else is, if you want my time, book a session and we'll talk about whatever you want to trade, whatever energy work you want to trade with me. Okay, you guys, went a little bit longer. I'm going to see if there's anything else happening, if I see any other messages happening on the book that is face that I can maybe address. Oh, there are changes. Kel Surprise. All right, I'm seeing a few more there. Few more there. Oh. Hi, Juliet. Yeah, I can scan your energy since that's what we're doing here today. Let me try one thing. Oh, nope. No. Okay. Juliet, so this is going to be just catch as catch can, and it's just going to be a quickie. I don't know if you're still there, because on my secondary page, I saw your question. It's not showing up on my main. And so let me focus on your energy a bit. I see contradictions of things, Juliet, so I don't know if that's kind of a timeline. So I'm seeing the energy that I could describe, Juliet, as drowning, drowning, and just trying to keep your head above water. I saw that your question was about work or workload. So that feeling is easily applicable with that. There's a kind of, you're not quite overwhelmed only because you have your nose above water. But then what comes after that is you on a raft floating down the river, um, like a float trip kind of energy. And there's a lot more joy. There's a kind of laughter and expansive focus and lightheartedness. Fun. It looks like fun. I would describe it as fun. Those are the two images that came forward to me. Here's the thing. I'm going to give you a little energy homework, Juliet. Work on your grounding um, a couple of times a day. So, as an energy mechanic, I would say 3 times a day or more. Just flush out your grounding in whatever way you've been taught. And if you haven't been taught, let me know now and we can talk through it a little bit. And like I said, the tech is crappy, so I'm not sure what you're getting and what you're not, Juliet. So let me just say a little bit. For one, make your grounding just from intention. You don't have to see it or anything. Just decide. I like to use my hands as if I could touch a mini version of my grounding out in front, and I just widen it. So just widen it, and then kind of like a sneeze, a chew. You're just going to sneeze it out and down. Sneeze it out and down. Sneeze it out and down, and you're just going to flush it. Back, front, center, sides. Keep it cylindrical, as if there's like your grounding's a pillar. Or a very thick tree trunk if you prefer something more natural and organic as an image. Also, you want to shave off the side. So if we're going with a tree image, the image would be that there's kind of ivy or some other plant growing around the tree, around the outside, and that will eventually choke it off. So you the easy thing to do is just, become your energetic arborist and go in and begin to shave off the things that wind around and are sucking out nutrients from your particular grounding. And just include that. Do the little energy arborist on your grounding and the sneeze on your grounding a couple of times a day. And everybody, if that feels like fun or inspires you in some way, go for it. Go for it. Do that. Do that. A couple of times a day. And see how that works for you. See how that feels. So that's what I have for you. I'm also getting the idea of books. So you reading something so that either has something to do with your work or there's some kind of research that is suggested that you do. Okay, Julia. Okay, that is awesome. Let me check. Awesome, Kate. We do what we can. We do what we can. All right. All right. I'm seeing a few things from you, Juliet. So hopefully that was helpful. All right, you guys. if there's nothing else, I think I'm gonna head off and deal with the hot mess that is my life. Um, and just go with the flow. Uh, I'm happy to book sessions with all y'all. And like I said, they're all, if you go to my website and the bookings page, they're all, if you need it to be $2 for a session, then that's what you need. It gives me, in this place of love, such joy just to spend time with people who vibe with my energy and they need something, they want something, and they want to remember who they are energetically and want some kind of energy cleanse. So it's pay what you wish until further notice. That will probably change like sometime in the fall when the energies shift. Maybe I'll wait until January 2023. We'll see how it goes. All right, you guys. So much love to you. Again, as per usual, I apologize for all the like, can we even, like all the crazy? Oh, here, I'm going to put my link right there. All right. So that's where you can find me. That's where you can find me. Just the crazy energies these days. Mostly just stay alive. Everything else is details. Just stay alive right now. Just stay alive. Please. Okay? Can we do that? Just stay alive? Great. Thanks, you guys. I'll catch you on the flip. I'll be in the Light Shine tonight, spinning some tunes, and we'll do some energy clearing through ecstatic dance. And I think we're going to go a little bit low and slow tonight. We'll see how it goes. And this is me assuming the tech is all working. Seriously, it didn't last time, and we did some energy stuff. Anyway, so hopefully that's all going to be working tonight, and that's what we'll do. We'll dance it out tonight. All right. So much love to you guys, and I'll see you next Friday. If not later today, we'll just see how it goes. All right. And I'll see you tonight in Light Shine. All right. So much love to you. Thank you. Thank you for taking care of yourself, and thanks for hanging out for just a little bit. All right. Bye, guys.